So now, Prahlad comes back again in my research. This happened after Lord Nrsimha killed Hiranyakashipu, and Prahlad offered prayers. Then Lord Nrsimha said to Prahlad, I want you to take a benediction. So Prahlad basically said to the Lord, no, I am your servant, you are my master, I don't need anything more. And when Lord Nrsimha insisted, this is what Prahlad said. O my Lord, because of lusty desires from the beginning of one's birth, the functions of one's senses, mind, life, body, religion, patience, intelligence, shyness, opulence, strength, memory, and truthfulness are all vanquished. All because of lusty desires. By chasing after lusty desires, you lose so much. Now, this one, I want you to repeat. So after Prahlad says that, he says, please repeat, O my Lord, when a human being is able to give up all material desires within one's mind, one becomes eligible to possess wealth and opulence like yours. So just see, these material desires we have, right? They're dwindling us. But look, if you can, if we, not just you, if we can give up material desire, what do we get? Wealth and opulence like God. God's opulence is what? Unlimited. All we have to do is let go of it. Easier said than done. When they want to capture a gorilla in the jungle, they place a pot, and in the pot are nuts. So the gorilla, the pot is made in such a way that the gorilla can put his hand in the pot and grab the nuts. But because he grabs the nuts, he can't get his hand out of the pot. How does he become free? Let go of the nuts. Then he can get free. We are just like that. Prahlad is saying to Lord Nrsimha, we can have unlimited wealth and opulence. All we have to do is let go of the nuts of material desires. Only a few more. So this one is in the 8th canto, during the time of the appearance of Lord Matsya. If you read the story of Lord Matsya, it's very similar to the story of Noah in the Bible. The ark, the flood, all the different animals. You can see where the Bible got its story from. It's from Srimad Bhagavatam. Because Srimad Bhagavatam predates the Bible. It does. And you can, when you read the story, you say, oh, this is where they got it from. So, Satyavrata is being taken. He's on an ark or a boat, and the boat is tied to Lord Matsya. He has a horn, Lord Fish, and that rope is Vasuki, the great serpent. So Lord Matsya is swimming in the waters of devastation. So Satyavrata, he prays to Lord Matsya. Please repeat. In hopes of becoming happy in this material world, the foolish conditioned soul performs fruitive activities that result only in suffering. But by rendering service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one becomes free from such false desires for happiness. May my Supreme Spiritual Master cut the knot of false desires from the core of my heart. So, false desires for happiness. You'll see this throughout the Bhagavatam. Material desires are such that no matter how, oh, that's coming up. I won't spoil it in the next verse, I think. But they're not true desires. True desire is to render service to God. That is true desire. Okay, I mentioned before that there are 9 items of devotional service. So, if you can perfect even one, you go back to Godhead. So here's a person who did all of them. Sabay manak Krishna padara vindayor, vachangsi vaikunta gunanu varnane, karau hare mandira marjanadishu, sruting chakachuta satkatodaye, mukunda lingalaya darshane drishau, tadbritya gatra sparshange sangamam, granang chatat pada saroja saurabe, srimat tulasya rasadang tad arpite. Look who's right next to us. Tulsi. Srimat tulasya. Padal hare kshetra padanu sarpane, shiro hrishikesha padabi vandane, kamang chadasye nattu kama kamyaya, yatoktama shloka janasraya rati. So this is a description of Maharaja Ambarisa. His mind was always engaged in meditating on the lotus feet of Krishna. His words describing the glories of Krishna. His hands cleaning the Lord's temple. His ears in hearing the words spoken by Krishna or about Krishna. His eyes in seeing the deity of Krishna, or Krishna's temples, or Krishna's places like Mathura, Vrindavan. His sense of touch in touching the bodies of the Lord's devotees. Come. Come, come. Come quick, quick. Shake my hand. Now I've touched the body of a devotee. Jai. He engaged his sense of smell in smelling the fragrance of tulsi offered to the Lord. He engaged his tongue in tasting the Lord's prasad. Are we going to do that tonight? Are we going to offer food to the Lord? At 8 o'clock we'll do the offering. That's in 8 minutes. I hope someone's doing that. Okay, good. I see GBC has signaled. He engaged his legs in walking to the holy places and temples. How many, Vrajarani, you've done and Krishna Prem, you've done the Vraj Mandala Parikram. So you know this. You walk and walk and walk and walk and walk. How many days it takes? 30 days. Oh my God. You've done it too. And you. Wow. And the head bowing down before the Lord, and all his desires in serving the Lord 24 hours a day. Indeed, Maharaja Ambarisa never desired anything for his own sense gratification. He engaged all his senses in devotional service, in various engagements related to the Lord. This is the way to increase attachment for the Lord and to become completely free from all material desires. The theme has been constant. You want to get free from material desires? Do devotional service. Hearing, chanting, worshiping, praying, serving. That's all. Just do devotional service. Material desires will go away. Now comes very interesting item. This is spoken by one of Krishna's forefathers, Yayati. Very interesting narration in Srimad Bhagavatam. This is when he's telling his wife the story of the he-goat and the she-goat, which is actually their own story. But I'm not going to get into that right now. That'll take too long. We have to end in 5 minutes. So when he was speaking to his wife, he said, "O my beloved wife, Devi Ani, daughter of Shukracharya, as supplying butter to fire does not diminish the fire, but instead increases it more and more." You all know when you do the diya, right? To keep it going, you add more ghee. As long as you add ghee, you have your diya. So, Yayati is saying, adding more butter to the fire increases it. Similarly, the endeavor to stop lusty desires by continual enjoyment can never be successful. So this is some people think like that. I have this material desire, let me fulfill it, and then I'll be satisfied. Doesn't work that way. You give in to material desires, another one will come. They don't go away. Therefore it says, in fact, one must voluntarily cease from material desires. At some point, you have to say no. And the way to say no is to say yes to devotional service. So instead of acting out material desires, say hello to my little friend. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. All right, we got one more. This is in the 9th canto. The final chapter of the 9th canto is entitled Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's a complete analysis of Krishna's heritage. Forefather, going back. Then at the end of this 9th canto, the final section, Shukadev sets up what's going to happen in Canto 10. Canto 10 is what? Janma Karma Chame Divyam. Krishna's birth and activities. 90 chapters in the 10th canto. Also known as my favorite book, Krishna book. The book that made me who I am today. Thank you, Krishna book. So here's one of those final verses. Yasmin Satkarna Piyushe Yashastirtha Vare Sakrit Srotanjilir Upasprashya Dunute Karma Vasanam. Please repeat, O King, O Maharaj Parikshit, simply by receiving the glories of the Lord, through purified transcendental ears. The devotees of the Lord are immediately freed from strong material desires and engagement in fruitive activities. So you want to become free from material desires? Read Prabhupada's books. My book distributing friends, this is why you distribute the books. It's not for you to make money. I don't think you make much money distributing the books. The books are to help people and how to become free from material desires. If we just, as he says here, the glories of the Lord, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Nectar of Devotion, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna book. So much is there. All I have to do is read it. That's all. Just read it, and the material desires, hasta la pasta. Everybody chant the Maha Mantra.